Hi and welcome to Winner's Corner. We're in the middle of summer heat, and summer heat is, if you've missed it, a cavalcade of V75 rounds, more precisely 4 in a row. And this Friday is the third day, and we'll be spending it at Bergsåker racetrack. Mike, what do you think of the round?
Well, that's a pretty interesting round. Several of the fields look very even and pretty difficult to forecast how the races will be run. So there is a good chance for a good payout.
Very well then, let's jump straight into it. And we start in race 6. It's a race for amateur drivers, and Rebecca Dahlén and number 2 Minnestads El Paso is the couple that most punters think will cross the finish line first. And so do you.
So do I. I agree completely. The horse stands out in a class on its own here, and so does the driver, in my personal opinion. She's very skilled and one of our future stars here in Sweden. Minnestads El Paso is used to V75 competition, moves down in class a bit this time, and the worst opposition has pretty bad posts here. So I think Minnestads El Paso has a good chance to take the lead early on, and after that I think the race is over.
So a win bet there in race 6 with number 2 Minnestads El Paso. We make a jump to race 8, and it's a race for 13 cold-blooded horses out over the distance 3,140 meters. And Mike, they're divided up over no less than 5 tiers.
Yeah.
Have you found a winner here?
Well, I'm certainly going to go for one. Number 10, Björs Frey, a horse that I've been following now for quite some time. Second to last time, the horse raced well on the V75. They pulled the shoes for the first time, which indicated form. Then last time, the horse got pulled back behind a tiring competitor, and over the final stretch, once the opening came, looked quite strong. The horse has much better form than you can tell from the race card. And Ulf Olsson driving once again. This one is going to win pretty soon, and I'm hoping it'll be this Friday.
So another win bet there in race 8 on number 10, Björs Frey. We move on to race 9, which is a sprint race for mares. And number 5, Mrs. Lindy, won her last race that was 10 days ago at Solvalla. And I assume that's why she's the big favorite here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think she'll be a pretty big favorite. She's got a good post and is very fast behind the gate, so likely front runner. But I've got a more interesting bet here. I think number 3, Sogo Cleopatra, is much more interesting. This horse also comes with excellent form. Last time impressed me, had the number 15 post and was way back with 500 meters to go. But the finish, the last 500 there, was really, really impressive. It was against somewhat easier competition, but not much. And for once, Sogo Cleopatra has a good post as well and will have better racing room this time. So very interesting, and I'm hoping to get good odds on this one.
And Mike sticks with the win bets today, and that's what we have then with Sogo Cleopatra. The daily double we have in races 10 and 11 as usual, and DD1 is over the sprint distance. Alessandro Gucciadoro, he both drives and trains the favorite Ubertino Griff. Mike, and what racing scenario do you think that we can expect here?
I expect a very high tempo here. Several horses are out for the lead. I think we'll have an extended battle for the lead, and the tempo will be too high. And that means that one of the two stronger horses will come into the race. That's number 5, Ubertino Griff, and number 8, Bull Mech. I had a hard time choosing between those two, but in the end, I chose to go with number 5, Ubertino Griff. I think he'll get a better racing position in second or third on the outside. And he's shown good capacity here in Sweden in all his races. This time, when the tempo is too high, I think like all Gucciadoro's horses, he'll come strong at the end. They never seem to run out of gas, his horses. I don't think he'll go off as the favorite. I think that will change now over the next day. I think Muscle Hustle will be the favorite here, and I hope we're getting decent odds on Ubertino.
In DD2, we will get to see a great long-distance race with 15 horses fighting it out over the very long distance, 3,640 meters. They divided up over 3 tiers. The winner will receive 250,000 Swedish crowns. And what is your analysis of this race?
I think number 7, Antonio Trott, has a very good proposition here. I think I would even have picked him if he had another 20-meter handicap. Now he's got a good post as well. He can head forward, take the lead early on in this race, and definitely the one to beat.
And this means that we have one single combination for the daily double this Friday. Time now for us to focus on the V75 round. And Mike, first in general, do you want to say something about your system and about its potential?
Well, I've got 2 races where I mark all the horses. I'm hoping to get the payout up there. I think those races are wide open and we can expect an outsider.
Okay then, first leg. All for all 9 4-year-old horses. You take them all. We've already talked about V75-2 and your banker, Ministads El Paso. The third leg is over 2,640 meters, and most of these 3-year-old horses, Mike, they've never been out over this long distance, but you found a banker here.
Yeah, we've got a future superstar, number 10, Lewis Ale. That horse really impressed me last time at Mantorp. Wonderful racehorse. He seems absolutely complete, and he seems to handle the travel and everything. It seems everybody is marking number 2, Alfred Zonette, as well, so I'm going out on a limb and going for a banker on Lewis Ale. I think he's a better horse, and he can win from the outside.
In the fourth leg, we have that race for cold-blooded horses where you recommended a win bet on number 10, Björs Frey. Do you want to tell us something about the other 2 horses you choose here?
Number 9, Kvarting, very interesting outsider, comes with absolute perfect form, very good second to last time, and last time went off stride, came back strong, so great form, and gets a much better driver this time as well. So look out for number 9, Kvarting. Number 12, Art Nekra will go off as the favorite here, has a good proposition, and there are several other horses which I would have liked to mark, but I couldn't really afford it. But number 11, Brennebraka, and 13, Pavefax especially.
The fifth leg is a sprint race for mares, and that's where you recommended number 3, So Go Cleopatra. Here she gets some company from the favorite, number 5, Mrs. Lindsay, and number 11, Romance Amouk. Why Romance Amouk?
Well, this horse started off very promising, has now been away for a long time and comes back to the track. And the horses from Timo Nurmo's stable tend to race really well when they come back. They don't need a race to get in form. And since he takes this horse immediately out on the V75, I think she's really well prepared. And it seems the bettors have forgotten how good she was. So great value there. She completely overlooked.
In the sixth leg, you mark all horses, and that is quite in sharp contrast to your DD suggestion where you recommended a win bet on Ubertino Griff. How come?
Yeah, it's a wide open race, and I'm hoping we can get an upset here. I think most people will go for a Muscle Hustle, possibly as a banker. As I said, Ubertino Griff and Bo Mek are my first picks here, but wide open, and I think the value on the daily double is best with Ubertino. I'm hoping he'll go off as third or fourth favorite.
And then finally in the last leg, we can see that you bank number 7, Antonio Trott. Which one of your bankers, Mike, is the safest one?
It's a tie between Ministads El Paso and Antonio Trott. I think those 2 have the same chances. Lewis Ale is up against tough opposition from a tricky post, but for me, he's a good choice.
Very well then, 810 combinations for the V75 system this Friday. At Bergsåker Racetrack, that's where we have the races, and of course you find more information about the races at our website, swedishhorseracing.com. And with that, we wish you the best of luck now with your bets this Friday. Bye-bye.